Oh, yay. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Videos. Let's see. Oh. Boy, the setting up YouTube live streams is, I don't do it very often. Just a tech talk. Let's call it tech talk. Let's talk about well, we're going to go public. Done. Okay. There we go. I think we're good getting there. Save. I have no idea if I'm live right now. My phaser doesn't turn on. That's interesting. Really? Huh. My chorus will, though. We gotta have some chorus. not sure what's going on. You guys, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Definitely, I'm not sure what's happening with my stream. I'll try again. Okay. Yeah, I'm not able to watch it live apparently. Let me see if I've got it going still. Got it going still. Okay. Go. Wow. Woo. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna, for some reason, this it's just sitting here flickering on my screen. It's kind of distracting. Okay, let me find my my normal software. I'm gonna hey guys, hey, thanks for being here, y'all. You know what I kind of intended on doing was to have a little discussion about some software that I use in my productions at home. A lot of us are friends through the Metalhead Hippie show. I recognize a lot of you from there. And there's almost never room for discussion. Yeah, I hear you. I might bring it up on my phone. What I thought we might do is have a discussion about what you all are using in your digital audio workstation, what you're using for a digital audio workstation, what type of effects you're using, from guitar amp sims to bass amp sims to, effects. Yeah, I'll do that. Michael, thank you. I'll do my best to keep an eye on it. I'm seeing the live stream here, but the actual video, which I wouldn't watch anyway, because it's so the latency. I wonder Michael, what might you be using for a DAW? And you should be able to hear. Okay. Okay. That's cool, Michael. Nelson, what are you using, brother? A few Audio Assault VSTs. Yeah, I saw that. There's definitely probably 6 or 7 seconds of latency. I am not familiar with Audio Assault VSTs. I'm not familiar with that name. I'm using a lot of, personally using a lot of the stock Reaper VSTs. So you're using Reaper as your DAW, Michael? Okay. All right. I need to get over to your channel and watch a few of your videos. So you're using an old school Marshall 800, JCM 800. Oh, okay. What's up, Falcro? How are you doing? Audio Assault. Okay. And Audio Assault is a, I have to assume it is a brand of VST plugins, or is it a guitar amp sim? Curious. I love Glenn. He's a great guy. He gets a little mean once in a while. He definitely is a shock jock. Okay, so it's more of a third party plug-in. Ultimately, it's not definitely not Kakos or a Reaper VST. Sigma and Dominator amp sims. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, JTM 30. Okay, so you're having problems with your Scarlett, the Falcro. I wonder if that's something that we can't. Okay, I wonder if that's something that I can't help you solve. I've owned Focusrite audio interfaces for decades now. They are amazing, and I have had very few problems with them. So that might be something I could help you with if you could give me some details on what's happening with your Scarlett. Okay. Michael, you're talking about a few different amp sims and products that you're using for VSTs. I mean, in my time of using Reaper, I have definitely purchased and downloaded a lot of third-party VSTs. I recently purchased some Waves plugins that are just really, truly magnificent. Their compressor, their bass, I think it's called D-Bass or something, man. It's awesome for adding some low end to a full mix or a kick or a bass track that's just kind of lacking. Reaper is such a flat lined DAW that playing stuff through it is what you get. Yeah, I own a couple of 2i2s. I have 2 second generations and 1 third generation. And I have them in different areas of my home so that I can be in the kitchen and record. I have a laptop and it literally have a laptop in my kitchen. If I'm in there cooking and feel inspired, I can record right then and there. Some of my original songs have started in my kitchen, believe it or not. I've talked about it in a few instances during the hippie show. Yeah, the 2i2 is just like really pretty bulletproof, man. I wish I knew what problem you were having at the Falcro, because I would love to be able to help you with that. Maybe that's something we could do a Zoom meeting over and solve it. But you could send me a screenshot or whatever, and I could see what the problem is. Usually, it's a setting inside your DAW or something that you have altered. You're not using an ASIO driver or something, which the 2i2, the 18i20, they all work great. Nelson, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Yeah, Rice. Okay. Falco, send them to me in a Facebook message. I'll look at them. Dude. Yeah, rice is a good idea for drying out electronic equipment. I've used it to repair amps that had gotten wet. The PC no longer sees that it's connected. You need to re-download the driver for that. That would be the first thing I would do. Absolutely, the first thing I would do would be to go to Focusrite's website and reinstall the audio driver for that. The other thing is that you need to make certain that you need to make certain that the USB port that you're using on your computer is active. There are some instances where you can actually turn off a USB port on the outside of your tower, and it can happen inadvertently. And in some cases, I think I just had a Windows 10 update just a few days back, maybe even as early as yesterday. And it didn't cause any problems with my audio interface, which is virtually identical to yours. It's just an 18-channel version of your device. It didn't cause any trouble at all. Porting the computer and blaming the update. Okay, yeah, dude, I'm with you on that. That is not, you're not out of line. Yeah, I've had to you guys, man. I've had issues with Reaper. I now have a session. Yeah. I now have a session after installing Waves plugins that when I close the session, it goes to initialize and it never stops. I have to actually Control-Alt-Delete. Well, I've never had to do that with Reaper. Reaper has been absolutely flawless, but Windows Update, installed software from Waves, and Reaper started behaving a little weird. In fact, well, I don't want to show that to you. I'll lose my audio if I do that. So, I could show you an example of one instance where either a Windows update or a third-party plugin from Waves has tied Reaper up. And they'll fix it. Reaper's been very good about, solving problems. And I've contacted them about the issue that I was having, their customer service. They've been really great. Okay. Yeah. Something you can do is go to your, let's see, device manager. You go down here to your search window and type device manager. And you'll open up this screen. And it will show you all of this stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this much bigger. It's probably kind of small. Pro tip, never update. Yeah, dude, that is not necessarily bad advice. I'm not going to say never update, though. I would never say that. But especially about Reaper, their updates are usually very problem-solving. Universal Serial Bus controllers, you need to go in here and make sure that, I have a lot of USB ports on my tower. Go in here and right-click on them and make sure they're active. You go to Properties. This device is working properly. You may see that, Falcro, on all of your USB input devices. But I think the best advice I have for you at the Falcro right now is to go in and just go to Focusrite and download the driver and reinstall the driver. Once you reinstall the driver, typically it's a good idea to restart your computer at that point and give that a shot and see if it doesn't magically appear again. Yeah, that is, it can be a little annoying. I've got a laptop over here that I use for remote recording sessions. It's a very powerful laptop, and I fired it up a couple days back and did a bit of updating for sure. Format my PC and reinstall everything. Dude, Preston, how you doing, bro? It sounds like you had one hell of a fiasco at your place with your computer, man. Wow. I was just heartbroken for you. I'm wondering how everything is working for you at this point. Have you gotten everything back up and behaving? That's a loose term. Is your computer behaving? Yeah, adventures. Now, real quick, again, the Falcro re-download that. Download the driver for your Focusrite 2i2 and download and install it. See if that doesn't solve your problem. That could be all you need to do. And let me know if you've done that. Let me open up my Facebook Messenger and we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if you sent me a screenshot of anything. Let me look. You can message me on there right now. Let's see. Did you get me? It's interesting doing this live stream. I'm not seeing, there we go. Okay. There you are. Okay. I'm looking at your photos. Okay. Interesting. Okay. 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 Falcro, I got your note, bro. Thank you for sending that to me. That may well, we may have to do a stream or a Zoom meeting. Dwight, what's happening, brother? I've got a clean old guitar tone going on here. Little girly guitar tone. What's up, Gary? A little stereo, yeah. I'm gonna get shut down, mofo. So we had another Metalhead Hippie Worldwide block from somebody doing a cover using an original backing track. I don't know. That was interesting. It was E minor. It's just E minor. To a D over E. C sus2. That's not a ninth chord, that's a sus2. Oh, and you gotta have all kinds of reverb and delay and all over the shit. And chorus. Chorus is really important. If you play a song from the 80s, your guitar either must both have chorus and phaser or just chorus. Oh, and single coils if it's clean. Right. one thing about what I've got going here is that this absolutely should be in stereo. You all should be hearing this in stereo. I think I have the ping pong on the delay, panning left and right. Yeah. I have the sync shut off. Oh, let's turn some modulation on for the delays. Gold. Now, one thing about Skid Row, I got to see those guys when they opened up for Aerosmith's Pump Tour. I knew every song on that record back in the day. Yeah, I'll bet. I've already been copyright claimed. Okay, now I don't know any Slipknot. I don't know a single riff. I won't play any Metallica because it's been played way too much. Right on. Gary, your use of you got to see them? Oh man, dude, that was what an epic show. Skid Row was absolutely fucking killer, man. And Steven Tyler, it was right after those guys got out of rehab and got their shit together. Dude, I think that guy was 45 years old at that time. Dude, could you believe Steven Tyler, man? He ran from the start of that show to the finish. It's like he ran a fucking marathon, man. Incredible energy. Man. Love in an elevator. It was amazing. What a great record that was. Yeah, I think you're right, Gary. You got to meet the guys from Aerosmith. Wow. Lucky dude, man. I would imagine that after they got sober, they were pretty cool dudes to be hanging with. My understanding is before that they were jerks. But that's just what I've heard. I didn't get to meet them. Goya. What's Goya? Curious about that. It's interesting. What I'm experiencing right now with this plugin is that my phaser won't turn on, and I don't know why. I wonder if I have it learn. Oh, let me go to learn and remove that. There we go. It's still not wanting to let me. It won't let me turn my phaser on and off. That's interesting. Yeah. This is again, this is the Gojira amp VST from Neural DSP. These guys have knocked it out of the park. Just being able to switch a cabinet just that simply. We'll turn all the effects off. And as you can see, I've got a little bit of a gate going on this. I could turn it off. Oh, you're going to get Gojira next. Oh, dude. This thing is killer. something I've also done is I'm using a MIDI controller on the floor, and so for the whammy pedal, I have a controller set up to move the pedal. So I'm moving that with my foot. So when it's active, I can control it. I mean, I own a Digitech whammy. Yeah, I don't like them either unless there's a bunch of hum going on and it's a chunky, djenty type of riff. Gates kind of sucks in some cases, but these gates that Neural DSP has used are what I would call a smart gate. You don't lose notes that you're intending on hearing. And again, but of course, holding a note with the gate set, you're asking for the end of that note to get cut off. But and the cool thing about this Gojira plugin is that the whammy pedal is polyphonic, so you can play a full chord. Kind of fun stuff, man. Just sit around and noodle on this kind of equipment, man. It's really super fun. Can be inspiring, and it can also lead you down a rabbit hole. Too many options. Yeah. Yeah, let me show you real quick, Falcaro. The way I use my MIDI controller, I have it a 5-pin MIDI cable plugged into. You must have a USP or a USB loaded MIDI controller. I don't think the 2i2 allows you to plug a 5-pin MIDI cable into it. I think I'm correct in that assumption. If you have a USB cable that comes out of it that acts as your MIDI cable, at that point you're good. If you don't have the way I do this in Reaper, let's just say I want to make the wet control on my reverb unit controlled with a you have the 4i4. Okay, so it has a MIDI input. Okay, so in Reaper, even with let's open up Neural DSP, we'll go to a channel. I think I've got on this track. I think I've got a good old fashioned Nolly. Yeah. All right. A lot of subjects coming up here that we could pretty much cover. I'm not being asked for advice or help, but okay, the Falcro, if you have your MIDI device controller plugged into your 4i4, what happens here, I've got Archetype Nolly opened up. Let's go to a preset that, let's see, boost with delay. I think this has some pretty cool sounding. Okay. I just put strings on my guitar, by the way. You notice it's in tune? Isn't that amazing? The mix control right here. So I'm going to the mix control and I move it. Okay. And then I go up here to this parameter button and I go down and select learn. And I go to my treadle pedal and I step on my treadle pedal and it shows up right there. And I hit OK. And now watch my mix control when I move my treadle pedal. Now I can mix. Oh, dude. Yeah, this thing's pretty special. So at this point, the Falcro, I just assigned the mix control on my delay to it's off. And I roll my pedal forward. So you can do live recordings and mixing your delays in. I mean, and stuff like that. You know, you could do the same thing with the reverb pedal. You can go back to this, move it. Let's say you got your mix right, and I have two treadles on my. I have a, what is it? It's an FCB 1010. It's the only piece of Behringer equipment I have in my home. Yeah, it's it. It's a really cheap one, MIDI controller. And it works really well. It has two treadles on it, but you can do the same thing. So I go up to the mix control and go up to parameter and hit learn again, and I'm going to remove it. So now my treadle does not move it. I'm sweeping my treadle, and the mix control on the delay is not working. However, I can go over to the mix control on the reverb and go to parameter, go to learn, push the treadle. I just move it a couple times, and now, woohoo! So if I turn some reverb on, let's EQ the reverb a little bit, because I usually don't like a whole bunch of low end and bright stuff going in there. And we'll make the decay nice, and we'll make it ambient as best we can. So now there'll be nothing. Let's turn the delay off. I don't have all this stuff programmed yet, but and all I'm doing is moving a treadle. Now, one thing about the Neural DSP plugins is that every button on here that you can move with your mouse, and I usually set up my delays also. I cut a little bit of low, and I remove some of the high frequencies. That's kind of noise. Yeah, dude. Yeah, the Falcro, give that a shot. One thing about this is that there's always, if you go to the mix control, you have to move the control, but if you right-click on it, there's an enable MIDI learn function inside of these Neural DSP plugins. And it does not work using it inside of Reaper. There's a barrier there that it'll work, but it doesn't work correctly. You have to use the learn function from the plugin parameter here. So if I go to mix, move it a little bit, go to parameter, hit learn, move the pedal, and now my mix control on both my reverb and my delay are connected to one treadle pedal. There is a function for toggling to be able to turn, like, let's say you want to turn your overdrive 2 on and off, right? I'm going to see if I can do this. We'll give it a shot. So I've just pushed the button. I go to parameter, and I go to learn, and I've stepped on button number 1, and it shows up right there. And I'm going to set this as toggle and hit OK. So now what I've discovered is that most of the time inside of Reaper, it will turn the pedal off, but it won't turn it back on. So I'm going to step on button 1 and watch my overdrive 2 pedal. It turned off. Now I'm going to step on number 1 again, and it will not turn back on. I have not figured out how to solve that. I would love to have number 1 just be, the compressor. Number 2 be the overdrive, on and off. Delay being on and off. There's something in this that I have yet to figure out how to make it work like that. If you know something I don't, that would be great. But, I think that what I can do is go to this effect. I'm going to use my second treadle. I'm going to go to parameter, and I'm going to learn, and I'm going to remove that one. So now we'll go back to parameter, and we'll go to learn, and I'm going to step on my second treadle. Yeah, it's just not registering. So I have some setup to do in my own MIDI control. But the fact that I can go in here and turn the mix on a delay pedal, it's equal to having the on-off button. Only it creates, if you're using a treadle and mixing the delay in, and out, it's a real natural sound versus click it's on, click it's off. It's very cool. I'm going to unlearn this mix control on the reverb. I'm going to go to that, parameter, learn, remove. So now my treadle just controls the mix of the delay. Turn the reverb off. I don't like reverb on distorted guitars. Kind of sucks. Kind of fun stuff. So yeah, MIDI controlling inside of Neural DSP plugins, and you can do the same thing with any of the effects. Like if we go inside Reaper and we add a let's add an EQ, right? So we'll add an EQ, and we'll go to this, and we'll go to parameter. Oh, wait, no, let's go. Yeah, let's leave that like that. We'll go to the frequency knob. And we're going to move it like this. And then I'm going to hit parameter, and I'm going to go learn, and I'm going to move my treadle. And so now I could actually put a bit of a wah pedal. And I'm moving that with my MIDI controller. I can literally yeah. Are you digging? Oh, dude. Yeah, and yes, my knees hurt. I'm using it's a Behringer FCB 1010 MIDI controller. I'm moving that EQ right now with my foot. Dude. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the point where I'm using this rig live. You absolutely could. That would be your amplifier at a live gig, and you wouldn't have to carry a head, or you take your guitar, your laptop, and your audio interface. I could easily do that at this point. It definitely takes time to get stuff programmed where you've got clean amp sounds that you're looking for, and you want to go from a clean amp to a distorted amp. There are ways to program MIDI switching to. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to delete this EQ because I just really don't want that on there anymore. There are ways inside these programs to switch from that amp. So where I'm at right now on this window, let's see. So I'm down here at the bottom and I'm selecting different amps. There are ways to learn how to, let's see, parameter learn. I'm going to select channel 1 again for that. So we hit OK. I'm going to go over to this amp and I'm going to go to parameter learn. Wait. Let me check what's going on here. So if I hit channel 1, it goes to that clean amp. If I go here, I go to parameter, I go to learn, and I hit channel 3, and I hit OK. Channel 1 goes to the, should go, no, 3. Yeah, there's yeah, dude. Yeah, I would have a hard time trusting my MIDI controller, and given what you're watching me experience now, I can't even switch amplifiers with I can't just right now make it do it, but I know with a little bit of digging I can make it do that. I haven't I haven't got dug that deep, but in the recording environment, this is epic. Epic to be able to do this stuff in a live environment. And I record like this. A lot of the recordings that you hear, the treatle work that's done in wah work, or myself and another member of the Hippie Show have collaborated on a tune, and I used the Digitech Whammy, and it was done live on the recording, which I prefer to record that way. I like the one takes. I'm pretty honest about that sort of stuff. Anything you hear on my recordings, while there's a lot of effects, it's all played for real. I'm a pretty big stickler for that. So, yeah. So, have you, Michael? Did you get a new guitar recently, or did you get a new guitarist? Dude, thank you. No. Is there a new guitar player in the... Okay. I love harmonics too. I don't use them enough. That's a very good, kind compliment, Michael. Thank you. Yeah, these amps from Neural DSP. This is Archetype Nolly. I'm using Archetype Nolly. But one cool thing you can do in Reaper. So I've got an instance of Archetype Nolly on this track right here, and then I've got an instance of, I'll put this right next to it. I'm going to type guitar 2, so they'll all be green. Watch what happens when I type guitar 2. Ooh, the track turns green. That way I know all my guitar tracks are green. You can set up Reaper to do this sort of stuff. This particular setup is one that I use for doing online or Zoom guitar lessons. Yeah. So on this, I've got an instance of Archetype Nolly on this track. And on this track, I've got an instance of Archetype Gojira, right? And what I can do is arm both of those tracks to record. So now, again, they're both panned right dead center, so pretty epic guitar tone. But watch what happens if I pan one to the far hard left and one to the hard right. Oh, shit. What's happening, Mr. Hurricane? So, you know, another cool effect, and another thing that you can do, so that's, you know, 2 guitar channels, and if you record, they're both going to be the same exact guitar take with different amp sounds on them. You know, this is, now you're only hearing the left side should be. So that was coming out the left side of your speaker, and this was coming out the right side. Right? Now here's another really cool trick you can use. We'll pan these both back to the center. What I'll do is I'll go down here and I'll insert a new track. And I'll call it guitar delay. And it should, I think I spelled that right. I didn't. Fuck it. Okay, so now, oh God, it turned green. Look at that. I know it's a guitar track, right? So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to insert redelay. It's just a straight up delay patch, right? I'll take it and because it's an effects send or an effects channel, I'm going to make it completely wet. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to set the delay time to, let's go 20 milliseconds. We could go 23. That would be all right. Gojira, dude. I'm using both of those right now. Dark Glass, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you're dead on. These things are no joke. So I've got a guitar delay set up. And what I'll do, I'm going to dock my mixer in the docker down here. So let's get rid of this effect. We'll close this. So here's my guitar delay channel, right? And I've got a delay patch on it, and I've got it mixed 100% wet. And what I'm going to do is grab my Archetype Nolly. Oops. I clicked the wrong place. I'm going to drag this over and I'm going to send it to the guitar delay. And I'm going to make it post a pre-fader, post effects. I'm going to pan this to the right and this to the left. And what you get is a really beautiful stereo. I need to arm it to record so that you can hear it. it should have a nice. You know, I've got no delay on the Archetype Nolly. I'll turn that on. We'll bring the mix up just a hair. I'm going to unlearn that. Let's go to parameter, unlearn that from my MIDI controller. So now should have a nice. Let's put some high gain on it so that. And we got a really great sounding stereo mix. I use this a lot when I'm tracking guitars. I use it a lot when I'm tracking guitars. It gives a really great, cool stereo feel to record with. And of course, you know, in the post-production, you can always mix it. You can always mix it mono, of course, and you should. In my humble opinion. All right. Where's the bass player? Yeah, dude, they're hard to come by, it seems like. Good ones. I'm often my own bass player. You know, so that's a little bit about some of the production stuff that I'll use when I'm recording, just to get, you know, good audio, stuff that I really dig. Let's see. Now I think we've got. An easy way to do this. One guitar track, arm to record, and you're hearing it in beautiful stereo. And if I mono these up, there's still going to be a little bit of a delay. And we can just mute this delayed channel, and you're still going to hear guitar in stereo because I've got a stereo delay on the guitar pad. It's ping-ponging left and right. You know, one cool thing, you know, this guitar, you guys, you're watching me beat the shit out of the whammy bar. I literally put strings on this. I haven't even cut them off yet. Probably an hour ago, maybe. And I can beat the crap out of this whammy bar. And it is still in perfectly good tune. I love this guitar. It's a great studio guitar. It just does. It just always, it stays in tune really well. It's amazing. Oh, dude, you're welcome. Yeah, dude, I'm bummed that, I'm bummed that your 4i4 is giving you trouble. You're not the first one. Just keep plugging away at it. And we might be able to do a Zoom meeting a little later tonight. You know, see if I can help you get that going again. In fact, I'll commit to that right now. The moment we get done with the live stream, I'm just trying to share some information today and spending some time with some friends. I wasn't really doing much. I got my house all cleaned up and I was ready to share, I suppose. Now, there was some question earlier. Yeah. Well, the dog paw, you're looking at Reaper right now, right in front of your face. And I've been using it for a long time, so, you know, it's easy to make it look really simple. As with any DAW, there's definitely a serious learning curve. Yeah, and the dog paw, dude. Yeah. Keep putting out music. I'm one to talk. I don't put enough music out, but I'll spend a month or 2 months on one song versus 8 songs in 4 weeks. I don't do that. I'm not going to. I put time into production and end all what it sounds like. Earlier there was, I believe, Michael, you said something about programming drums. Yeah, and to anyone who might be questioning using Reaper, I'm going to turn this down just a bit. If you're questioning using Reaper, their presence on YouTube, if you have a question about how to do something, if you cannot find an answer to it, call me, because there is an answer to virtually anything. Gary, take it easy, brother. Yeah, we got crap weather going on here in Northeast Oregon. You can get on YouTube and find an answer to anything you'd like to solve. Okay. About Reaper, their internet presence is second to none, man. It's amazing. Their help and the availability of learning how to use their software is it's unmatched, in my opinion. Gary, have a great night. Say hi to the family. Give them all a hug from me. I don't get to see too many kids, so have fun, brother. Damn, you lucky dog. I miss having little ones. God. All right. Let's look into what I'm using for drums. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna undock my mixer. I'm gonna move it out of the way. We'll put it over here. So my typical drum program, not my typical, the one I use on everything is, and we've talked a lot about it. I've got an instance of Easy Drummer right here. I'm going to delete this track. And we'll start from scratch. This track I'm going to delete also because it's doing nothing here. So, Easy Drummer. Let's look at Easy Drummer real quick. So I right-click in this dark area and insert virtual instrument on a new track. And I go into my VSTIs and I select Easy Drummer right here. I double-click it. It asks me if I want to do just a stereo bus or if I want to insert a track for every drum in the kit. I typically select to have the entire kit added into my session. And look what happens over here when I hit yes. Boom. Wow. That was mind-boggling hard, right? A right-click select this is really difficult. Okay. Now, one thing that happens when Easy Drummer loads up is it's automatically armed to record. You don't necessarily have to do that. But what I've got are my kick drum, my snare drum, a blank channel, my hi-hat, I think Tom's blank channel. Anyway, you go into your mixer and you select this is the Easy Drummer interface. Pretty simple. I don't know if I can make this bigger. No, I can't. I thought I could make this bigger. I can't remember how to do that. I can make that window bigger. Let's look at Easy Drummer again. Okay, so here's Easy Drummer. I go into the mixer and I select multi-channel. Boom. If I select stereo, we'll go to the browser. I have all of these MIDI packs. We'll go to metal. Why not? We'll go to a verse variation 1. That sucks. Let's go to this one. Let's see. That's kind of cool. That's got a cool groove. Okay. That's kind of a cool groove. We'll put that in the song timeline. And I'm assuming y'all can hear that. Yeah. All right. So at this point, you've got a drum beat in here, and you can click on it and loop it. Pretty tough. Yeah, let's look at this. if I right click on this and I believe it's edit play style. Yeah, I can go in here. Oh, that's a nice sounding snare. Wait a minute. What am I doing here? Let's see. Edit play style. Give me a second here. Edit play style. I thought this was. Let's see. All playing drums. No. Let me remember how to do this. Snare. There we go. We go into this. I thought that I could change this. You can go in here. Oh, there we go. Right click. Articulation. Let's change it to a rim shot. You know, if you're playing heavy metal and recording heavy metal, what's up, Mark? How you doing? If you're recording heavy metal music, every snare hit should be a rim shot. And I'm not quoting Glenn Fricker, but I am confirming that that is what heavy metal is. Rim shot, every snare. So I'm just changing, rather than being a center hit, I'm going in here and selecting the snare. I right click on this, go to articulation and go to rim shot. And now every snare hit is a rim shot. Now I right click on this again, go to articulation and hit center and listen to the drum sound change. Yes. My MIDI controller is plugged in right here. I have them. I don't know what keys do what. I rarely use that to program drums. But you can go in and alter the drums once you've gotten a song arrangement. So in this case, okay. Okay, so we've got a first verse. Let's go to our browser. Let's do a pre-chorus section. So we'll put this in here. So now we've got a verse, a pre-chorus. Let's put a chorus. Why not? Let's go to something this-ish. So that chorus is twice the length of the verses. And then let's unloop this. So now I've got this arrangement done, right? I have no idea what these drums sound like, okay? But I can go into Easy Drummer, select these if I choose. I can select these three, drop them into my Easy Drummer track at the beginning, and we'll give it a 4 count to lead me in. And now, if I want to see what these drums look like, and if I go back here to the start of the material, it plays. And the other thing that I need to do is open up Easy Drummer and go mute these tracks in here because they're playing at the same time as these are. And boom. What you're listening to is this MIDI file being played through Easy Drummer interface. And you're only listening to it on one track, okay? This is where Easy Drummer becomes really interesting because we can go back into the mixing section of Easy Drummer, go down here and select multi-channel. Oh shit, guys, guess what? Now, our drum kit is on individual channels. Here's your kick, here's your snare, here's your toms. Now we can make these tracks a little bigger. Okay. We'll put the mixing, we'll dock the mixer back in the Docker. So here's your drums. And you can mix them however you choose. Let's make the kick like stupid loud. Okay. I'm gonna undo what I just did. There we go. Oh yeah, and in Reaper, these buttons right here, okay. I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna look at the chat and see if anybody has asked some questions. And forgive me for not paying a whole lot of attention. I'm trying to share a little bit with y'all, but at the same time, yeah. Okay. You can drag it. You can save a MIDI file. Yeah. Dude. Well, thank you, Hurricane. Well, you know, for me, I'm a single person. I have no children. I have a job that requires me, I work hours a week. I probably, on an average, giving guitar students, and the quote, if you call it a job, that's fine. The love that I do, I probably work about 49 to 52 hours a week on average. I have the rest of the week, there's 24 hours in a day. I have the rest of the week to spend doing this. Yeah. I did the same thing. I was married for 17 years. I'm no longer married. I think I did the same thing, dude. That's funny. So I definitely have a lot of time to spend dedicated to this activity. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what you're seeing here in Easy Drummer, I'm opening up the interface again. Let me show you this. Easy Drummer 2 costs, I think it's $180 to buy this software that you're seeing on my screen right now. And then where it starts adding up is when you start adding all of these MIDI sample MIDI drum libraries. All of these have multiple different styles of music. I'm in the metal, which I just bought this one just the other day. There are multiple drum patterns to choose from in here. I mean, I'm scrolling through it. Every one of these is a different drum beat. I mean, every single one of these is a different drum beat. Now, you know, I'm not sponsored by or anything by Easy Drummer. Why would they sponsor me? But except for that, I do stuff like this. Every one of these are an actual recorded drum pattern from an actual drummer. There are, the metal. Let's go to country grooves. Let's go to swing. Let's go to a good old-fashioned swing country riff. There we go. Yeah, okay. Wait, let's go to high energy grooves. Let's go to a straight 4/4 high energy groove. Boring. Let's go to punchy breaks. That's actually kind of a cool groove. And a different groove. Let's go to the fills. Oh God, look out. Woo! And the thing about this is that, you know, you've got this verse programmed in down here. We'll unmute this. I'll unmute this so that now these are live. And what I'm going to do is go up here to my project. I'm going to delete this. Okay, so now that's gone. It's still right here. Let's put that cool drum fill right here. Let's make it a little bit shorter so it doesn't take up half of the verse. And we'll push play. Whoa. And we got to put a drum fill right here at the end of this pre-chorus to lead us into the chorus. So let's just grab this one. Okay? We'll put that big long drum fill. So let's hear what this sounds like now. I mean, this is how difficult. Here comes the drum fill. Okay. Now, keep in mind that I'm pulling drum patterns out of multiple different genres of music, right? But in just this simply, let's go to Songwriter's Pack. This one has some actually kind of cool stuff in it. We'll go to a mid-tempo. We'll see what this... Very simple drum beat. I'm going to delete all this. We'll delete. We'll remove, boom, blank slate. Now we can start over again. Let's go, we'll put a verse. We'll do a drum fill from the same type of genre of music. Let's put one in the middle, the midpoint of the verse. Let's see, that'll do it. And let's put one at the end of the verse so that we can lead into our pre-chorus. And we'll go to pre-chorus. And we'll put variation 3. This will be a more aggressive. We'll do 2 of those. We'll just do variation 3. And we'll do a drum fill. Again, we're just going to randomly pick one at the end of this. And we'll go into our chorus at this point. Okay? And from the start to finish, I mean, again, I have no idea what these drum beats sound like. I haven't listened to them, but I have an outline for a song. Okay, song's written. You know, I'm just winging this off the top of my head. I just threw some drum tracks in there. I didn't even select a tempo. Oh, it's too fast? Okay, well, let's make it 100 beats per minute. And I have it set to follow the host, which Reaper is the host of EZdrummer at this point. And okay, let's do this also. Let's put this in. This is like a little, I don't know, what is this? A minute long-ish. Let's put this into our EZdrummer. I'm going to have it start at measure 3, I think. All right, so now all of my MIDI information is in my Reaper session. Okay, so I'm going to close EZdrummer. I muted all of those tracks. We have it set to multi-track recording. I'm going to go here and insert a new track. I'm going to go up to insert click source, boom, so that I have a count in, and I'm going to give it an 8 count to start the song, and I'm going to line these drums up with that 8 count, and I'm going to play and record a song right now as you guys watch me do this. And in fact, I'm going to record in stereo. I'm just going to use the guitar delay track to give myself a little bit broader. And that sounds like my guitar's a little out of tune. Let me fix that. Been sitting here. Oh, wait, I can do this silently. You don't have to listen to me tune my guitar. Oh, yeah, and if you have a snark, turn the volume down on your guitar. Nobody wants to listen to that. I have no idea what I'm going to play right now, but I am going to choose B flat major as the key that I'm going to play in, just because most guys can't play in B flat, so I'll fuck with you as best I can. I'm going to set this to record normal. I'm going to get a count in, and then I'm going to start playing. And I need the drums a bit louder. So I think what I'll do is just turn them up a little bit. Wait, what I need to do, insert a new track. I'm going to call it Drum Master. And I don't care if it clips. It's really not that important. I'm going to make that a folder, and now that becomes my Drum Master bus. Here's the click, and then when the drums start playing, they're all coming out this channel, and I can turn the drums off, or I can turn them on, or I can make them louder if I choose. This red clipping really is of no consequence, and I think now I've got a pretty good... Okay. Now I can hear, I've got a pretty good mix of my guitar and drums. And I've got my guitar track armed. And let's record, I think. Ooh. Here we go. And that's interesting. I didn't record that. I'm not quite sure why. We'll try it again. There it is. Oh, here's what's going on. See, I don't walk on water. I do not walk on water. Yeah, I pushed play instead of record, and I'm recording over my drum track. I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to disarm my EZdrummer to record. Okay, let's try that again. Uh-huh. And now we have a song recorded. Just like that. Yeah, I could go down here. We could do that with respect to recording the drums. If I arm all of the drum tracks just like that. And in Reaper, all you have to do is grab the button and drag your mouse across all of them. And now they're all disarmed. I go like this, and they're all armed to record. Now, I'm not going to record the drums because what you have to do in order to do this is, in order for the kick drum to be recorded on track 1, you have to go to your input, record output, and record output mono. I have a set of tracks a track template that I have set up to do all of this automatically. I'm not going to take the time to go and open all that stuff up at this point. Hurricane, good. Dude, I'm glad you're liking it. Really simple stuff. And in fact, at this point, recording the actual drums themselves is really not it's not really that important. You have all of the audio from the drum kit going to individual tracks. So if you want to go to your snare track, let's push play. We have the song recorded, and so there's our song that we're recording. Here's our snare drum. If you want to put a big old fat gnarly reverb on it, I'm gonna put a towel reverb on it. I love towel reverb, and we're gonna leave dry. We'll leave it mono, and we'll make the snare just this big, huge, wet. Let's make the room a little bit smaller. And the other thing is that right now I'm listening to myself and the audio through my JBL speakers that Jeff uses, and I'm hearing it just fine. I'm hoping that you guys aren't hearing any delay. Kick's flat too. We need to change the kick drum. Yeah. So, you know, typically what I do with drums, with respect to putting reverb on stuff, is I add a bus that is a drum reverb. So I'll go down here to the final track, insert a new track. I will call it drum verb, and send the drums. We'll move this towel reverb down to this track. We'll delete it from that track. We'll make it 100% wet, so no dry, and we'll try and set that at 0 dB-ish, right? So now I've got this fader that turns the reverb up and down for the whole mix, and I want my snare to go there, so I'll drag that over. So my snare's going to that bus. We're going to go pre-fader. Yeah, and then we'll do the same send on my toms, which is track 5. And we'll do the same thing. Let's go ahead and send the kick drum to the drum reverb. And what we can do is add an EQ in front of that reverb. We'll go to our signal chain. Here's our signal chain. I'm going to put that in front of the reverb. I'm going to low shelf this. I don't want any low frequencies going to that. We're going to put the reverb in this little area of EQ, and we're going to boost right around 1K. And I'm going to change the curve on the high pass or low pass filter. So that's the reverb sound that it can create. Anything going in there that's below this is not going to really be apparent. So now I've got a few drums going to the reverb. We'll shut all this, and let's listen. And you'll see the reverb happening. Right here. Okay, now it sounds terrible. But now, the guitar's a bit loud. And we'll mono out the guitar. One guitar track. Creating a song, let's make it a little reverb. I think I'd like that reverb to have a longer decay, so we'll make the room size bigger. That's how this towel reverb works. I love this reverb, it's awesome. It's on most of my productions. Let's see what this does. This is all rim shots on that snare. Alright, so the snare is a little bit too hot going to this reverb. Here's the send volume, and I can literally turn the amount of snare drum going to that reverb down, leave the reverb at basically 0, and now the snare drum is minimized or quieted down. You want it wetter? you have control. I mean, very simply have control of every drum. We've got the kick drum going to it. Well, probably not a lot of kick drum. We really want a lot of reverb on that kick drum, but a little bit is nice. And if we solo it, and I think that the reverb is not stereo at this point. Now I've got a stereo input because we have a stereo field going in there with the toms being sent to the reverb. You might as well go stereo. And hell, let's put the overhead drums in there. Let's see, these are just like that. You know, now we got a bunch of take the reverb off the kick. Yeah, no problem. Let's delete it. Now there's no more reverb on the kick drum. It's that simple. If you want it back on there, you just do the same thing and you EQ it or set the level going to the reverb. I usually turn it way down so that it's barely audible on a kick. You know, little moves like that in a mix can really help. You know, we always hear, you know, the big boys talk about gluing their mix together and all this shit. I glue guitars together, and there is some truth to that. Adding a little bit of reverb on an entire drum mix, and like with that, where the amount of reverb on that kick drum is virtually inaudible. Doing that is part of the process of how gluing the mix really together really comes about. Little moves like that. There's hardly any of that kick drum going to that reverb, but the reverb is audible. And that reverb is noticeable and audible in the mix. It's a great way to do things. You know, this is something that I use on a lot of my mixes. Yeah. So, I mean, there's really not that much to it. We'll go back up to the guitar track. Let's listen to this. We'll solo the... Yes, I forgot about that when I solo stuff. Forgive me, you guys. You got to be careful of that. I apologize. Yeah, yes, sorry about that, you guys. Okay, so what we're doing, reamping the guitar, just that simply, I've got, you know, new amps going. Okay, and these are just default settings. Hurricane, I do not. I own Ozone and Neutron and Nectar, and I don't use them. I'm not sure exactly what those plugins do. And I got to be honest, man, aside from the modern amplifying type of shit that's available and the routing all that's available from compared to the world of analog boards, I treat my DAW a lot like an old analog board. I got to be honest. I don't get crazy with the one button wonder type of plugins. I use compression, I use EQ, I use time-based effects such as reverb, chorus, flangers, things like that. In fact, let me see. Like you asked me about Isotope, Ozone, Neutron. I think I own that. Yeah, that's dude, you're spot on. Let me see if I have Ozone. I'll kind of give you a rundown of the effects that I actually have at my disposal. We'll get away from this guitar stuff, but as you can see, it's very simple to change your guitar tone for a song if what you've recorded doesn't fit. That's a way to do it. So ultimately, with effects, let's go to my vocal track, and I'm going to add. Let's see, VSTs. Let's see. Oh man, let's go to VST 3. I thought I had Ozone in here, but I might have removed it just simply because I didn't use it that much. Developers. Isotope, right? Bitsonic. I may not have. Sorry, for final mixing tweaks. Nectar I use for vocals. Okay. Now, when you're talking about final mix tweaks, with regard to using Neutron, what ultimately is it? Is it like a channel strip type of effect? Or I guess you wouldn't call it an effect. It's more of an EQ. Okay. Ozone 5. Yeah, I'm almost certain that I've had Ozone. Yeah, okay. Because, something that I think it's still free. And here's what I have on my vocal track that I'm talking through. I've got an EQ on it, whereas I've got a little boost down here in the low end, and I've shelved it off down here. So that's my voice. And then I've added an R comp from Waves to compress it a little bit. Just barely anything. If I say a B too hot, it'll compress it. I think I can still make this mic pop if I try. So, one of my favorite plugins, and it's probably similar to what you're talking about with respect to Neutron, is the Schoeps Omnichannel. We'll do a mono version of it. I'm going to insert Schoeps Omnichannel on my vocal track right now. And this is what it looks like. And right now, when you load it up, nothing is on. It comes up just with nothing on. And what I'll do is I will go in and I will bypass the other effects that are on my voice. So you can see how I'm turning off the compressor now, and then I'm turning the EQ off. So it's possible my voice got a little bit quieter, right? Pretty simple. So now we'll go to Schoeps Omnichannel. And I do the same thing. I'll load let's go to Andy Schoeps, and I'll load Vocal 1. This might get a little bit loud. I don't know. Let's see what happens. And what we've done is we added some compression a little bit of de-essing. If I say an S, it's doing a good job of cutting that down. We're adding a little bit of saturation. So I'm guessing that this is something similar to what you're talking about when it comes to, the Cocos EQ is one of the greatest ever. I mean, it's simple. But this is like the Schoeps Omni channel has all of these effects loaded into it. I mean, if I want my voice to get distorted, I can saturate it and get distorted. It's not distorted, but it's definitely dirty and nasty, compared to what it was starting out here. And I love the saturation effect on this. I use it on every mix, and I don't care if I'm working with this glorious, beautiful female vocal or a heavy metal dude singing. Having a little bit of saturation is really, really nice. And again, with loaded presets, so I went to the Andy Schoeps Vocal 1. Let's do Vocal 2, Aggro. So now we've got a little bit of different effect going on. Got some de-essing. Yeah, and this actually has a reverse de-esser, which removes low end S's. So if I, you can see the effect. But when I'm speaking and I've got some low end frequencies, it's actually reducing some of the low end frequencies. Yeah. 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 It's it's really an unending world of effects, being able to do stuff like this. I love the Schoeps Omni channel. This thing, it has been a really great tool. And, I'm not even using the limiter on this. I'm going to bring the limiter up so that it starts to limit my voice and killing all the... so now I've got it maxed, limited to, I can't get louder than I cannot get louder. I can't get... Yeah, I'll bet. I was trying to show off the de-esser, and the de-esser is really nice. Those S's can get a little cutty. That's why in a lot of cases the ice pick type of thing that happens. Yeah, the de-esser will help that on cymbals, on vocals for sure. So there's an Schoeps Omni channel, and I'll use this on the master bus. One panel, I got you. Okay. Yeah. Now, is Ozone? Yeah, I've heard a lot about Ozone, and I think ultimately I've got other effects that will do virtually the exact same thing as what I'm hearing a lot of talk about Ozone. And now, curiosity, are the Ozone plugins free? Are they open source? You can use them? Yeah. Yeah. I do not use any stereo widening effects on anything. If I need to widen a stereo field, I double track it, or I duplicate the track, shift the time. I don't use any stereo widening effects at all. Oh, so the Ozone stuff is free? I own some stereo widening effects. Let's look at let's see. This CLA effects, dude, you guys, that shit is awesome. You can do the throw delays, so you just catch one word and you can automate it. It is so killer. SPL Deverb. Oh, and SPL Deverb is one of the greatest plugins of all time. Okay, SSL channel stereo. I believe. No, that's the SSL channel. Forgive me. I don't want that on there. I'm looking for my. I did get a stereo like widening tool. I cannot remember waves. Is this it? Yes, this is it. So it's loaded. Let's see. Let's go to. I thought I had a preset. There we go. Maybe not. Oh yeah. I can't remember. This is like for a vocal doubler. Oh wait, no, this is like a tuner. Waves tuner. Oh yes, this is for pitch correction. Let's delete that. I'm gonna get rid of this. Let me see. Where was that? I thought that I had a really cool. Oh, maybe it is a doubler. Yeah, this is actually a kind of a cool doubling, basic doubler. So, for doing a vocal on a song, if you were to sing double vocals, they would sound pretty much like this. If you were, I use a little bit of pitch correction on stuff once in a while. So now you're hearing my vocal doubler effect. And I will use an effect like this on backing vocals in a lot of cases. Yeah, dude, I got the Spitfire stuff. The other one, everybody should download this right now. I don't care if you leave my stream, but the Surge Synth. Download it. It is fucking killer. Yeah, this is a great vocal effect, and I can bypass it. And so now, you got my voice just straight up mono, and now you've got it it's in stereo and doubled. Yeah. Get Surge Synth, SURGE synth. And the what was I going to say? Let's see. I'm looking. The Spitfire Labs. They have some really great sounding piano plugins. Yeah. And you brought up another. Let's see the Mac. Yeah, I will not subscribe to use software. If I can't buy it or download it for free, I don't have it. There's a lot of software out there that I hear a lot of people talk about that's great, and I'll never experience it, nor do I need to. If you won't let me use your software without buying it, done. I won't do it. One of my other really favorite effects is the saturation knob. Let me see if I go down here to my favorites. It's always in my favorites. The saturation knob by Softube. I'm going to add this to my my vocal track. So I've got all these effects. I've got a couple of them shut off. These are the effects that are on my vocal track. Oh, and let's make this much taller. Well, we'll just shrink this down. Kind of navigating here a little bit. And I want to, where is that? There we go. I want to go flat. So now I can make this track a little bit taller. The saturation knob, right now it's on, I have it and it's on. It's just arbitrarily on. But the saturation that this is like the one knob makes everything sound better. And I'm bringing it up, and you'll notice my voice gets a little bit louder. And at the point that it starts to distort, I mean, you can imagine, I've got the Schoeps Omni channel. I'm going to turn that off. We'll bypass everything. All right, so now I just got a lot quieter probably. But the saturation knob is this thing is absolutely killer. You get it up to the point that it starts clipping, and man alive, you've heard this on every recording I've ever released. If you've heard one of my songs on the Metalhead Hippie Show or listened to it on my channel, this is on every single song that I do and on every vocal. It makes everything and anything and everything sound better. One knob, I'm not going to go into details on what it does because I really don't care. It just sounds bitchin'. Got a little squealy going on there. I'm going to bypass this. So again, I really love the Schoeps Omni channel. Yeah. Yeah, there is. It's so deep. And I kind of feel personally, I feel lucky that I've been doing it as long as I have, because I've experienced the evolution of plugins. I mean, watch them come and go, and great ones show up, and and then the manufacturer of that great plugin won't let you use it unless you have a subscription, and I immediately stop using that plugin. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. So, what have we accomplished in 112 minutes? We've written a song, shown you a few tricks on EZdrummer and how simple that program is to use. Did a little bit of a stereo panning on guitar to get a really nice stereo sound while you're recording your guitars at home. Very simple in Reaper. Add a track, pan it to the right, send the one track to it. It's simple. Yeah. You guys, I appreciate everyone being here and watching. It's been a really fun meeting. I need to get to work. I'm set up. Yes, and I've certainly, Michael, I appreciate you being here since the moment we started, man. I appreciate you being here. Your input, I've learned something from you today, so thank you for that. Mark, hey, I hope anything I've shared today has helped you guys for your future productions. And if you have questions, I am on Facebook, or you can always drop a note on a YouTube video that I've had. Okay. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm easily reachable on Facebook, and I'm always happy to help. Especially like guys that are learning to use EZdrummer stuff. It's taken me a long time to learn how to do it, and not that long really. I've had it, I think, less than a year. So, it's been just a magical, inspirational, motivational, and inspiring plugin to have. I can get a drum beat to a riff that I write in seconds, literally. So I can't express enough how much I enjoy EZdrummer. It is a very killer program for producing songs. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, check it out. If you guys have any questions, look me up on Facebook. I'm available at Marshall Turner on Facebook. Send me a friend request. I'm happy to do that. I certainly have a lot of room to grow on Faceplant. I call it Faceplant usually. Faceplant. Yeah. But social media is great. Thanks you all for being here, Hurricane. Man, get back to it. Y'all say hello to your wives and children for me. I know I don't know any of you personally, but I don't have a wife and I don't have kids, and I miss it. So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. And we'll see you likely tomorrow at the Metalhead Hippie Show. And there's one other thing I'd kind of like to let y'all know that there's a lady that I've been collaborating with on a song that I think one of you may have heard it at this point. Yes, thank you very much. And it should be released here I'm hoping within a week. I don't know. But it's definitely an alternate style. You know what my style is. I like hard rock. Well, she hit me up to do some hard rock, so we went there. So keep your ears peeled. Hopefully we get a video up before too much longer. And I have an original song that I'm working on still. Again, I don't release stuff very often. So y'all have a wonderful day. Send me a Facebook friend request if you can find me on Facebook. It's Marshall Turner. Y'all have fun. Keep mixing. Keep producing music. Peace.